and welcome back to the Football Flynn Show. Well, it's not really a welcome back because it is 2026. It's a new year. The Football Flynn Show is back after a long anticipated wait. You finally get to watch the best YouTube channel in the world. He's back in 2026. Back after Christmas, after a nice wee sit down, after a nice wee relaxation, back into school. That's the downside of things, but we're back in the YouTube grind. So hopefully 2026 will come with more uploads, more videos. But for today, we've got a special we back video back. It's the team of the year, AFC 2026. Yeah, AFC 26 team of the year vote. So basically, I think I've done it before a good couple of times. I'm sure you all know it. Basically, we'll go onto the FC website. We'll vote our team of the year. The vote came out on the 7th of January and it's leaving on the 12th. We'll vote for our best, my favourite 11. We'll make a captain and we'll submit that vote. And then eventually the players will come out in the game then for FIFA basically. So you can pick your players you want in FIFA or whoever you think deserve it really. So it's kind of along those lines, but simple enough. If you don't know, you just keep going along with me as I'm speaking and we'll get straight into it now. So there's the screen now, the team of the year screen. As you can see, there's the attackers up first, but we'll start with the goalkeepers because goalkeepers are the boring parts. So let's get straight into it straight away. No, we skipped that. Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Oh, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Oh, the joke's getting old. We've got 7 keepers. Obviously, you got Svilar, Oblak, Neuer, Courtois. Basically, just have been really consistent kind of over the 2025 season. It's mainly based on the 2025 season and then a bit of the, like this year, 2026, kind of that kind of time. Obviously, they've had consistent performances. Then you got like David Raya, who won the Premier League Golden Glove. You got Allison, obviously, won the Premier League 2024-25 Premier League with Liverpool. But I think everyone knows the main option here. The new Man City signing, not new, but new for this team anyways. The new Man City signing Donnarumma. Yeah, he'll go straight in net. I mean, what else more can you explain? I mean, he won the Ashen Trophy at the Ballon d'Or presentation. He won the domestic treble with PSG. He won the Champions League. That's 3. And he's playing for one of the best teams in the world, Man City now, playing quality week in, week out. I mean, he's such a presence in goal. Watching him, he's tall. He's all right with his feet. Not the same as obviously Ederson and all those standards, but his shot stopping and just getting down to save, even down low when he's that size, it's pretty impressive. Like, so that's going to be our keeper because I think you all can understand how good of a year he's had. And you don't want the team to be full of PSG boys, but it's kind of hard because there's so many of them. Next up now, we got defenders. Man City just scored against Exeter. Anyways, so there's one. I'm not going to count the defenders, but as you can see here, as I scroll down through. As you scroll down through them, there is a decent bit of defenders this year, to be fair. But I would say there's a lacking of right back options, to be honest. I think the centre backs there's a decent bit, left backs there's a decent bit, but the centre backs or the right backs there's not too many now. Obviously you're looking at Nuno Mendes. I mean, that's my first one. I'm not even gonna have to explain. I think he's in everyone's team really because look at the year he had. I mean, not even looking outside the trophies facts because that was the team trophies kind of. He was just the best left back in the world, anyways. In general, his defensive ability was really good. He came up against some of the best wingers in the world, and it's just locked them up. Like, he just didn't let them do anything, and played really well defensively. But attackingly, he offers so much more. He can go forward. He's fast. He's strong. He's good in the ball. I mean, he's everything. Like, and he played really well last year. So he's the first pick. I think it's pretty obvious in that back line. Now we're going for 2 centre backs. So you're looking at Gabriel, Bastoni, Gahey, Huygensen, Pacho, Marquinhos, Ramani, of course, won the Serie A with Napoli in that season. Saliba. And then scroll down here, you see Van Dijk, Van de Ven, Ta, Schlotterbeck. So, I mean, there's a good lot of centre back picks here, and I feel like it's a tough decision. Van Dijk, of course, won the Premier League with Liverpool 24-25, but he hasn't played as well this year. He's been kind of found out about him and Canada at the back, maybe getting a bit slated, but uh, too much. But he hasn't been playing that well. If you've watched him now, he did have a decent 24-25 season, but I don't know. I think there's players who perform better than him, so I'm not actually going to go for Van Dijk, even though he did win the Prem. Um, Schlotterbeck and Ta, I didn't even watch enough of the Bundesliga, to be honest. It's one of the leagues you don't really get to watch, and then you only get to really watch them in Europe, and they're um depending on who they play against. But in all accords, they've actually had both a good year. Of course, Ta playing with Bayern now, moving from Bayer Leverkusen last year, right? And Schlotter, no, 2025 was last year, like 2024, 25. I think it was around that. Romani, Serie A with Napoli. But my two picks are going to be Pacho. Even watching it, I know it's PSG boring, but it's true. Like, even watching him, when the PSG line was broke, and when defensively then they were so strong then. So even when they lost the ball or they're getting countered, I mean, their back line was so good with Nuno Mendes, the experience of Marquinhos, Hakimi, who's not in these nominees, which if I was him, I'd be raging, because he was, without a doubt, those two fullbacks were probably the best in the world going forward and defensively. They were brilliant. Um, but Pacho I thought was good, and I thought he was a bit underrated. I didn't think he'd get the credit he deserved, so I'm going to go with Pacho. Then the other centre back is going to be Gabriel. Now, I was kind of between, well, I wasn't going to go Saliba, but Gabriel's been brilliant. Even at the start of this year's Premier League, he's been brilliant. Like, he's been one of the best centre backs in the league for Arsenal. And I mean, it's just the amount of clean sheets even he has, and it's just his defensive ability, even going up to corners and all. I know it's said pretty obvious, like with Arsenal and corner kicks, but he does, like, he's able to head a ball and he goes and heads it, and once he's gonna go and win it. And he scores goals as a defender, decent on the ball, and he's had a good year, to be fair. And I don't think I was really gonna pick mainly anyone else. I think just defensively he's been so strong, and I'm gonna go with him. My right back now, you've got like Marcus Llorente, Dumfries, right to Kunde, Saliba could slot in there. You don't have to go with the right back. You could go with the centre back, but I feel like just for the purpose of the team, I kind of have to go right back, and I'm going to go with Jules Kunde. I mean, the trophies Barca won in that 2024-25 season, it was really good, to be fair, and I feel like out of this right back selection there wasn't that much. Dumfries is currently top of the Serie A, but Napoli won it in that 2024-25 season, so I don't really think he deserved it. He still had a decent year, Dumfries, but I think just Kunde's probably been, he has been good defensively even. Um, Also he could play centre back if you wanted to push him in there, but Barca won the domestic treble. I mean, it's hard to argue with that when I've put the two PSG boys in there anyway. So I'm gonna go with Kunde, and that's the defense done. The boring part's over basically. There wasn't that many selections for the defense, but that's that defensive line done. Now moving on to midfield, and there's a lot of midfielders here. You're looking at them like there's so many. Let me just get rid of that. Yeah. So there's so many. You've got Caicedo, De Jong, Diaz. It's hard to list them all out, to be honest. You can look through them yourself. I mean, Lamine Yamal. There's a couple of wingers in here. Even Mahrez, Nico Williams, Elise, Rafinha, Salah. I don't think they should be in the midfield. I think it's a mistake from EA. They were classed as right midfielders, but that's just a right winger. Like, they should be under the forward line. But I feel like if they put Lamine Yamal and Rafinha in, it would have been harder for them to get in the forward line. And they'll miss out now on the midfielders now, because there's so many good midfielders. And I'm going to pick three midfielders that I think are the best, or that have been playing the best midfield. I might put one in position out of position. We'll see. We'll see now. We'll get into it. Of course, Caicedo. I mean, what can he do? He's been brilliant for Chelsea's. Kind of. I don't want to disrespect N'Golo Kante, but he's kind of the type of player like that. He breaks up so much play. And then once he gets in the ball, he's so good. He's fast. He's agile. He's quick. He can do everything. He can tackle. He's been playing brilliant for Chelsea, and one of the main reasons why sometimes they win games is because of him. He just does so much for them. But I can't go with him just because I have picked a midfield. My first one is where is he here? Where is it? Vitinha. I mean, you can't argue with Vitinha. Third in the Ballon d'Or, the domestic travel, Champions League with PSG. He was brilliant. He was unplayable. Him and Joe Neves and Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz didn't get nominated, and Joe Neves, I'm not going to put him in because I just think there's two midfielders that have been playing better than him now. To be fair to Joe Neves, I think he was severely underrated. But Vitinha was so good. He's so good in the ball. And he was just quality this year. He was like just able to watch him just play around. Him and Joe Neves. That PSG team was really nice to watch. But that's my first player, Vitinha. My second is Rafinha. Now, I'm not. I know I said midfielders, but I'm thinking we'll play Rafinha in that we 10 spot, and then we can swap the attackers if an attacker wants to come in there. I think he has to be in there now. He won the domestic treble with Barca in 2024-25. He finished that season with 34 goals and 22 assists in all comps for Barcelona, and he won La Liga Player of the Season. I mean, in that 2024-25 season, and he was finished 5th or 6th in the Ballon d'Or. I thought that was I thought, to be honest, it's either between Rafinha and Dembele, and because Dembele won the Champions League, I felt hard done by for Rafinha. Even though Lamine Yamal finished second, I'm not going to put him in this team because I think Rafinha played kind of better than him. His stats show, and stats isn't everything, but I mean, I just think he deserves it, and I'm not going to put another forward line in there. I think Rafinha, considering all the people that picked boys over him, I think just put Rafinha in. He done quite well, and that's my second midfielder. Now, last but not least, I mean, this one coming from, well, I am wearing a Bologna top, but watching Napoli now in the Serie A, it has to be Scott McTominay. I mean, he was the Serie A MVP for that 2024-25 season. Helped Napoli, was an influential, if you're talking influential players, I mean, Scott McTominay was brilliant for Napoli in that 2024-25 title winning team. And they're currently they're currently third in the Serie A at the minute as well. So I just think just McTominay he's so good. He scored so many crucial goals, but his attributes, like he's strong, he's powerful, he can run, he can tackle, he can score, he can dribble, he can do everything. And he's box to box, and he's constantly working, he's constantly covering ground. And I think he deserves it, to be honest. He was nominated for a Ballon d'Or. I think he deserves to be in midfield three. Of course, you're missing loads there. You're missing, like, even Gravenberch didn't get it. Bellingham, Lamine Yamal, Joe Neves, Musiala, Nico Paz, brilliant player. Um, like there's so many. Rice, Pedri had a brilliant year. Barcelona was so influential as well, so good in the ball. But I just can't pick him. Salah, I can't pick him. These are my three, and I'm gonna stick with them. So there's my three. Now on to the attackers. That's the midfielders done. Now on to the attackers. As you can see, there's a lot of attackers as well as midfielders, but I feel like the attackers pick themselves for themselves. I'll just show you all of them here now. It's going down. Even Messi and Buemo nominated Son, but I feel like the first one has to be Ousmane Dembele. I mean, won the Ballon d'Or, won all those trophies I've mentioned throughout the video with PSG. He was brilliant. He scored so many goals, so many goal contributions. Even I just think Well, no, it's not. I think everyone has him in their team, and he deserves to be there, the Ballon d'Or winner. So, we're putting him in there. And then next up, we're going with, who else do we have? Erling Haaland. He didn't win any trophies, but he still had like 31 goals and like, what was it, 20? He had 31 goals in the 2024-25 season in the Prem, and then he's 20 goals in 21 matches in the Prem so far this year. I'm going with Erling Haaland. I don't care. I'm watching him for Man City and all that. He's one of the best strikers in the world, if not the best striker. He's the best goal scorer. His all-round play is a bit questionable, but I mean, he just scores goal after goal, and I think he deserves to be in there as my striker. And then last but not least, you've got like the PSG boys, Doué, Barcola, Kvaratskhelia. I mean, I'd love to put Kvaratskhelia in because I think he's a brilliant winger, but I'm going to go with Kylian Mbappe. I feel like he has the right. Oh, Man City's 2 up now. I feel like Kylian Mbappe has the right to be in there. Of course, Salah, I couldn't put him in because he's a midfielder, and I wanted those 3 midfielders in this team of the year. So it might be a different forward line if we had the likes of Lamine Yamal in there as a right winger, or even Rafinha up there, Salah. It would be different. But these are the nominees we were given, and I think Mbappe, 43 goals in the 2024-25 season in all comps, and then of course 30 goals in 27 games in all comps at the minute. He hasn't been playing that well, but he scores goals, and I just think out of the rest of the nominees, I think he deserves to be there. And I don't want it to be all full PSG, even though they did were brilliant in that 2024 season. But that's my team. That's my team of the year. Now we're going to choose my captain. How do I do that? Choose your captain. Click a player to select captain. Who do I think deserves it the most? Well, probably Dembele, to be honest. I would say Dembele. No, I'm going to go Scott McTominay. Nah, do I go Scott? Nah, captain. Oh no, I'm picking leader here. Ooh. See, it could be Dembele just because he probably deserves to be in the team of the year the most. He won the Ballon d'Or. It's either, I don't know. I didn't think this was a thing, to be honest. I didn't see this captain thing. I'm gonna go Scott McTominay. Sure, I think he had a brilliant season. I think he deserves to be in there. But yeah, that's my team. Look at it. If you're not happy, maybe any player you change, maybe comment down below. If not, well, that's my team. I'm not going to change it now anyways, but because I'm going to submit the vote now. But that's my team of the year vote. That's my captain. Submit vote. Oh, geez, terms and conditions was. Oh. Yep. There we are. There's my vote. That's my team. Donnarumma, Gabriel, Pacho, Nuno Mendes, Koundé, McTominay, Vitinha, Rafinha in front of them, and then Dembele, Mbappe, Haaland up front. Dembele and Mbappe can switch, and it doesn't really matter, because there's no assigned left wing or right wing. Even Rafinha can switch in, and then Vitinha, McTominay, they're going to hold that midfield together, and then the back line will probably hold itself together, to be fair. But that's my lineup. Hopefully you all have enjoyed the first video back in 2026. Hopefully a lot more to come. But yeah, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye.